All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim and a few Aquath who may be listening. This is your brother Batakallah from the GMS camp here in Chicago, coming back at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and we're just going to get right into this one. First precept I'm going to grab is this Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Okay, so, you know, history repeats itself, as they would say, in the world. But the fact of the matter is that, all of these things that are happening in this time, these are things that have come to pass, or things that other, how do I want to say it, other nations, as well as, because Esau is in charge in the world right now, Job 9 and 24, but they're not the only nation, because they're setting up what they're setting up for these end times, and really the Lord is who has them setting it up. But they're trying to set up the MOTB, and they're trying to put that digital all under everybody's skin, and but this is not the first time that a nation in power has tried to exert themselves and their ways onto everybody else underneath them. In particular, the Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you speckled birds that look like the other nations, but your father's line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, this is not the first time that something like this is going to try to be enacted, okay? And we're going to get a couple of accounts that's going to prove that. But, we got to have our mind right. We have to understand the times that we in, and we have to understand what's getting ready to happen, okay? Because that's the first step after the Lord, if he has mercy on you and wakes you up, then the next step after that is to figure out who your enemy is, what they're doing, and what you need to do to avoid falling in their traps. All right. But we're gonna go because this is the MO of Esau and all of these heathens. All right. And we can actually first thing we're gonna do is go to Judith, because Salakia. This is the spirit that all these nations are in. See, they understand, who the Lord's people are. They understand how the Lord deals with his people. All right. And so what they do is that they try to get us to go off and to be wicked and to go against the Lord, so that the Lord won't fight for us and they can take us over. All right. And throughout the history of this earth, we've had to deal with Salaki, I'm trying to figure the verse. We've had to deal with various nations, pretty really, I'm gonna get a couple of counts today, but like I said, all these nations have partook in our spoils, and all these nations understand that, in order for us to stay in the lowest state that we're in, we have to stay on the bad side of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We have to be going off. All right. But hold on. We're gonna start at verse 17. So this is the book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hateth iniquity was with them. All right. And the they that they're talking about, the them that this is talking about, is the Israelites. All right. We have a heathen king, which I believe is an Ammonite. Salaki. I know that the priest that's telling them this is an Ammonite. But nonetheless, Salakia. All right, when the Israelites are doing right by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord fights for them and they can't be defeated. But when they are going off and going against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they are easily defeated. And it's going to say that right here. This is verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. All right. So that's what happens when we go off and we go against the Lord. All right. And we don't, to the best of our ability, try to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments as best as we can. All right. You got to be careful. You don't want to be over righteous. We are in captivity. There are a lot of things that we can't keep in the law because we don't have control over all of the infrastructure of society. For example, if you wear Miss Fabrics, technically that's going off, but we don't control any of these textile mills or anything like that, and it's not feasible for individuals to make their own clothes at the house. And even if you do, I mean, you don't know what these fabrics are that you're purchasing from Esau, and it's very likely that he's mixing the fabric on purpose just to make sure niggas going off. All right. Now, are there fabrics that are 100% cotton or 100% whatever? Yes, and they're very expensive. Okay, because the vast majority of these low level garments that you can buy at Walmart and all these places that are like regular stores, a lot of them got polyester in it, which is just a polyester is like a combination of different materials. But they use different fabrics in all of this stuff. Very few things are 100% this, 100% that. You have to pay an extra price for that, and Jake don't got the money to do that. So that's an example. Another example is Esau putting pork in the food, but not labeling it as pork. For example, any of these gelatin is an example of that. Now they have vegan gelatin. They have gelatin that they use cows to make, but a vast majority of the gelatin that's in this processed foods are made out of pork, but it won't say that it's pork. It'll just say gelatin. And if you don't know that, then you eating pork and you're going off, but you don't know because Esau's hiding it in there. All right. And it's like that with many other things. Okay. And since we don't have control over those things, it's no point to be OR. But the things that we do have control over, we need to be on top of. Things like not committing adultery, things like observing the Shabbat to the best of our ability. All right. Now, if you have to work and you have a job, we in captivity. You have to go to work. It is what it is. All right. But if you're not working, then you should be chilling. You shouldn't be trying to have sex with your woman on the Sabbath. That's something you have control over. All right. And various other things, whether it be with the diet or whatever, you got control over whether you eat swine or not. You shouldn't be eating that. You got control over whether you eat lobsters and crabs and all of this. You shouldn't be eating that, man. All right. But there are certain things that we can't control. So you have to keep that in mind. But that's why being sincere is important, because even though Esau has it set up to where we'll always be going off, if the law was what really saved us, which is not, Yahushua sacrificed himself for our lives so that we don't have to 100% keep the law. All right, as long as we do it to the best of our ability and we do what was required of us out on these highways and byways and doing these videos, etc., Lord willing, Yahushua and Yahweh will have mercy on us, and we'll be good. We can get delivered. All right, but the fact is that the way this is set up, you have to lean on Yahushua, you have to have faith, and you still have to try to the best of your ability, but it's not it's not possible to keep the law 100% on this side. All right. But that's what these heathens, they do. They get together, they set shit up to keep you in a perpetual state of going off, to where even if you quote unquote trying to do everything right, but then you eat a fucking cookie with gelatin and then now you going off, man. You get what I'm saying? So these heathens understand that, and that's why they operate the way that they do. And that's why they constantly, feed poison to Jake, whether it's in entertainment, whether it's actual food, whether it's whatever. All the stuff that these heathens give us is to get us to go off, man. All right. It says, verse 19, but now they are returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. All right, so when we returned to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he took us out of captivity and put us back in our land. All right, now we in the last captivity right now, and it's the worst one, and it's under the worst nation to be in captivity to. All right, but this time when the Lord comes back to deliver the 1/3 and the 144,000, this gonna be the last time, man. And then after that, we're gonna be good, and we're gonna rule over all of these heathens, man, in righteousness, but still with rigor. All right. But where do I want to go next? Oh yes, back to the Maccabees. Salakia. All right, so now we're gonna get some accounts, but I'm gonna go actually to Daniel first because this happened first. This is the book of Daniel, verse 3, or Saki. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3 and verse 4. Then a herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Therefore, at the time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up." All right, so the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar set up a false idol, and he told all of the people that were under his command, "We're going to play a music at a certain point in time during the day. As soon as y'all hear the music, get down on your knees and pray to the image." All right, which is the same spirit that Esau about to come in with this MOTB. All right, Salakia, not pray to the image, but to the statue, image, whatever. Well, it says image here, so but statue, whatever. All right, these false gods. Nebuchadnezzar told all these people he was king over, if and this is including Israelites, because it's Israelites in captivity in Babylon at this time, Daniel being one of them. All right. King said, if you don't bend the knee to this idol when the music plays, then he's going to put you to death to the torch. He's going to burn you to death. All right. Let's keep reading. And that's what's going to happen, Salakia. That's what's going to happen in this hour of temptation, man. When Esau come out with this MOTB. All right. He's going to give people an option. Either you're going to participate and you're going to take this all, or you're going to be cut out of society, or you're going to be put to death on the spot. You know, it depends on, what spirit the Lord put on, Esau to deal with every situation that he deal with. All right, but you're either going to get cut out of society for not dealing with the all, or you're going to get put to death, man. All right. This is Daniel 3 and 8. Wherefore at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews who now has set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. All right, so these three individuals, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were Israelites that were set up in high offices in Babylon. All right, just like how Daniel was set up. All right, they had an office. They were supervising over certain things. They didn't want to bend the knee to this false god, because they didn't want to go against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and some heathen snitched on them, man. Some Chaldeans snitched on them to the king to try to get him dealt with. All right, let's keep going. Then Nebuchadnezzar and his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake, and unto them, it is true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do ye not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image I have made, well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? All right, so the king called the three Israelites, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, to visit them, to explain themselves. He gave him another chance when the music plays to bend the knee to the idol, or he was going to kill him. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. All right, so they had faith. They wasn't going to go against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and they were willing to lose their life to stay in the good graces of the Lord. But they still had faith that the Lord could deliver them out of that if he so fit and so decided that he wanted to. All right. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So they're letting them know, look, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai can save us if he wants to. We're not bending the knee to these idols. And that's that. You do what you got to do. Pretty much, okay? All right, let's keep going. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. All right, so he getting ready to really jack these jakes up. All right, for not bending the knee to this false idol. And he commanded the most mighty men, Salakia. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. These men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace was exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right, so the king called some of his guys to take them into the furnace to make sure that they, went into the furnace and burned. And when they went to go do it, the furnace killed the guards that was taking them in. All right. And those 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire. They have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the son of Yahweh. All right, so the 3 holy children, they weren't afraid, man. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't care that their life was on the line. They wasn't going to disrespect Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This heathen Nebuchadnezzar, he put the furnace on, turned it up all the way up, and tried to throw him in there. All of his guards that went to go put him in the furnace died before they even got into the furnace, like into the mouth of the furnace. And the 3 holy children went inside the main part of the furnace, and Yahweh Shai was in the furnace with them, saving them and delivered them out of that, man, because they had faith. All right. And that's what it is. And we have to have that same kind of faith, man, because this other, like the scripture says, things that are written aforetime for our learning. It's not the only account. It's another one. Here go another one. All right. So let me jump down, because this is what Esau, all Esau can do is threaten you, man. All these heathens can do is threaten you. All right. And even if they do put you to death, who gives a fuck? This kingdom sucks. And those that are put to death that are in the truth are going to be the first ones that get rose up to come back and destroy this place with Yahweh Shai, man. All right. But all Esau can do is threaten you with death, man. That's it. All right. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. All right, so this is Antiochus, who was one of the Greek kings that came after Alexander the Great, and is probably the most wicked out of all of them niggas. All right, he decided that he was going to tell all the people under his command that they had to follow the ways of his people, and they had to abandon their own ways of their fathers. And that includes Israelites having to abandon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the one true God, And a lot of Jakes did it, man. Just like you see today. You know, like I brought out earlier, it's nothing new under the sun. A lot of these Jakes quick to sell out. And if you read, I think it's in the 10th verse or the 11th verse in this same chapter, it'll tell you about that, man. Matter of fact, we can just go and grab it real quick. All right. This first Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. All right, so Jake always some punk ass Jakes that's ready to go side with the enemy for a better portion in whatever kingdom that they was in doing it, man. You know, today your modern day examples of this are your bullshit politicians, your bullshit pastors, your rap niggas, your black movie stars, your fucking all these Jakes that's famous, man. Your athletes. All these people do is promote an anti-Hamashiach way of life, man. And make you feel like you not cool if you not going off, man. All right? Salakia. Let me see if I want to keep going on this. Hold on. Salakia, I'm just jump down because it's a lot of reading. I don't want the video to go too long. But this is down to verse 50. This is pause. This is First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. All right. Now, if you read up from 42 down to 50, it'll list, you know, the things that some of the things that was listed that we wasn't supposed to do. You know, making righteous sacrifices, circumcising our children, you know, even being in possession of the word. You know, they was putting niggas to death for that back then, man. All right, and it's coming back today. It's coming back in this time, man. There's nothing new under the sun. These Edomites are going to come down with great wrath because they know they have but a short time, all right? Roughly paraphrasing. But we got to have faith, okay, at the end of the day, because guess what? Matthias had faith. Judas Maccabees had faith. And they fought against these devils and they won, man. The Lord delivered them, man. And that's what we got to remember. That's why all of these things are written aforetime are for our learning. Salak, I got to see which one I want to go to. This one's done already. Salak. Here, what's this? Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. All right, so just those two testimonies, and there's more than just those two, being clear. All right, but, you know, for the sake of time, we're going to bring those two out today. Lord willing, we'll get some other examples later at a later time. All right, but those two examples are great examples of, you know, men that was in this truth, Israelites, forefathers, our forefathers, man, who was threatened. Their lives was threatened. They was told to abandon the ways of their fathers, abandon Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, abandon the laws, statutes, and commandments that was given to us by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, or face death. All right. And they was all willing to put their life on the line, man. And they was delivered. All right. Now, you know, certain individuals made that same stand and they ended up having to, you know, be martyred. But that's a part of the deal, man. And, you know, those individuals will still receive their reward in the kingdom and will still, you know, receive their reward when they are brought back first on this side to destroy Esau and all these demons when Yahushua come back, man. All right. You can read Second Maccabees. I believe it's chapter 7, maybe chapter 6 and 7, or it's either 6 and 7 or 7 and 8. Let me just check just to make sure I'm not sending Jake off. Salakia. Yeah, so you want to read, if you read the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6 and chapter 7, you know, those are two examples of Jakes that stood on their square and, you know, they ended up sacrificing their life for the truth. All right, but the Lord still fought for them, and the Lord still, see, back then we understood a lot, way more than we understand now as a whole. All right. Jake knew reincarnation was real. Jake knew that they was going to come back, and Jake knew that the punishment for disrespecting the Lord in their current lifetime, they had to pay for that when they came back to this earth for their next life. All right. So Jake wasn't so ready to disrespect Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai like that. Now it's Jake's that was. All right. You know, that first Maccabees 1:11 let you know. It's some Jakes that didn't give a fuck. Just like today. Matter of fact, it's probably a majority of them niggas. All right. But at the end of the day, you know, we got to be ready to fight, man. We got to be ready to lay our life down. And, you know, whatever the Lord decide that he's going to do is what it is, man. But under no circumstance should we be succumbing to this. All right. This Revelation 13 and 16. Salakia. This Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. Just like they told Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, if y'all don't worship this image, if y'all don't bend the knee and pray to this false god, we're going to put you to death. All right. And that's the same spirit Esau is about to come in with this MOTB. If you don't want to take this and be a part of Esau's world and Esau's society, then you're going to be put to death, or you'll be excommunicated from society and allowed to starve to death. All right. That's what they coming with. Verse 16. Pause. This Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. So that's pretty much what it is, man. Esau, when he comes with his device, either you're going to take it and get destroyed by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, or you're not going to take it and he's going to threaten to kill you, or he'll threaten to cut you out of society or whatever. All right. But one thing you need to understand, and I'm gonna grab it. Pause. I'm gonna get the precept, Lord willing. All right. Salakia. Lord willing, it pops up. Okay, Khan. This Matthew chapter 10 and verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right. So we not supposed to be worried about Esau, man. Can Esau kill your body and put your flesh to death, so to speak? Yeah. But the only thing that's going to happen is that your spirit is going to go back with Yahweh. All right. And then when Yahweh Shai comes back to destroy this fucking place, you know, the Lord, if you of the elect, the Lord is going to bring you back first. You're going to come back to this place with Yahweh Shai to come destroy these fucking niggas down here, man. All right. But guess what? If you take that device, you know, not only are you signing up for your flesh to die, because see, your flesh is going to die regardless, man. Okay, even if we get delivered and get salvation, when the Lord comes back to get us, this flesh is getting left here, man. We getting new bodies. So trying to hold on to your body and your life in this place, is no point in doing that, because it's all finna be gone, man. Now, it can be a painless process, or it can be a painful process. All right. For those of us, Lord willing, you know, from the apostles and elders on down, we receive salvation. Those that receive salvation are going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. And those that don't receive salvation, their body and spirit is going to be tormented in the lake of fire here in America and wherever else that the Lord sends nukes and chariots to destroy around the earth as well. All right. So you might as well just, whatever Esau want to do, who gives a fuck, man? Let him do what he got to do. He got a bounds that he can't pass. All he can do is threaten to kill you. But, I mean, ask yourself if it's better to die, or if it's better to live and be a slave for Esau, man. That's what you got to ask yourself. All right. But with that being said, We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim and a few Akwat who may be listening. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. And keep your faith, man. The Lord is going to fight for us. And even if you are an individual that has to get martyred on this side, who cares, man? Fuck Esau. Have faith in the Lord and have faith that the Lord is going to deliver you and everything is going to be to the good, because that's what it is, all right? But Shalom, Kwam Yasharal, and a Baba Ball.